Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our Madden franchise, our fantasy football series, whatever the hell you want to call it. Coming at you one day before the Super Bowl. Today's Saturday. The Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the 49ers in real life, of course, is going to be happening tomorrow. Um, Either way, I figured it would be a decent time to continue the Madden series. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Saints and the Titans game that happened. Um, the players that were inactive or hurt during this game, you had Alvin Kamara, the starting running back for the Saints, who was, I believe, suspended at this point. You had the backup to him, Kendre Miller. Well, actually, the third string to Jamal Williams, Kendre Miller, is also out in this specific game, so Jamal Williams will pretty much get every snap at running back. You had rookie defensive lineman who didn't really get much starting time this season in general as it was, but he still is a decent overall, so I figured I'd mention him. Isaiah Foskey is out during this game. And then for the Titans, the only thing they're missing is Dylan Radunes, the guard that they had playing pretty much all season. He isn't great or anything like that, but he was a starter nonetheless, so I figured I'd mention that. In terms of players everybody has playing here, in terms of the quarterbacks, you had MILF having Ryan Tannehill. You had Derek Carr, owned by Mr. Steeler. In terms of the running backs, you had Derrick Henry, owned by Booty, and Jamal Williams, owned by MILF. In terms of the receivers, you had Michael Thomas, owned by Pussy, Chris Olave, owned by Karen. You had Rasheem Shaheed, owned by Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled, DeAndre Hopkins, owned by Booty Basher, and Traylon Burks, owned by Rictatorship. You had MILF owning the Saints team defense. In terms of the D-line, you had Carl Granderson, owned by Booty Basher. And on the other side of that D-line, you had Cam Jordan, owned by Mr. Steeler Girl. With your DBs, you had Tyrann Mathieu, owned by Mr. Steeler. You had Kevin Byard, owned by Toxic Zenpai. In terms of the linebackers, there was only one. It was Pete Werner, owned by Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled. I was actually kind of shocked to figure out going into this game that Demario Davis was not actually owned by anybody at this point in the season. Now, it's not too shocking looking back on it, obviously. What's the word for it? The idea of looking back on it is definitely a powerful thing. Hindsight, that's the word I'm looking for. But one way or another, Demario Davis was pretty much a solid option in fantasy for so many seasons going into the season. But his problem, especially going into the season, and especially into the late point in the last season before this one, was he was just too damn inconsistent. Some of you guys, I believe, started him later in the season and figured that out the hard way. But Demario Davis would go from having like 5 points in a game to putting up 40. He was absolutely insane like that. But the lack of consistency really made him hard to trust in fantasy. But either way, I was kind of shocked to see that nobody started him in this week one. Titans will get the ball first. They're going to return it. It looks like he's going to return it almost the 20-yard line to the 19. I think that's actually Traylon Burks getting the return, so I think Rictatorship's actually going to get credited return yards here. We'll see what Ryan Tannehill can do. You got Milfu starting a quarterback against his own defense. That usually doesn't work too well, but he is playing J-Bay. And also, something kind of funny is Big Yawners doesn't have anybody in this game specifically, but he has almost filled his entire roster already, and we're only halfway through the games in week one. First pass is going to be from Ryan Tannehill, drop to the left. I think he was intending that one for DeAndre Hopkins, a rare drop for DeAndre Hopkins. But we're going to go right into 2nd and 10. Ryan Tannehill is going to go trips left. Derrick Henry's off to the right. They're going to line up in a shotgun formation. Let's see what they end up doing here. Ryan Tannehill's looking for a pass. He's looking down the middle. He's going to throw it to the left. This is going to be caught. No, he's going to get popped out by Tyrann Mathieu. If Mr. Steeler's lucky, that might count as not a tackle, but a pass deflect. Only 10 seconds into this game, 2 incomplete passes so far. The Titans really can't do anything. In real life, this is a very defensive-sided game as well, with quite a few field goals and turnovers. Let's see what Ryan Tannehill can do here. He's looking for a pass. He's looking down the middle. He's not looking to the left. He's now trying to roll out to the right. He's going to throw it. This is going to be a deep ball. Let's see where it ends up landing. That's going to be into double coverage as a flag on the play. It's going to be incomplete. This is probably going to be pass interference. If I had to guess, let's just see who it gets called on. Yeah, it's going to be pass interference, all right. I think it's going to be called on the Saints. That's going to be called on Marshawn Lattimore, the all-pro corner. That's going to be a 51-yard penalty. Huge, putting the Titans right in the field goal range. At this point, nobody owned Nick Folk, but he'll probably become a bigger player in the series as we go on. He became one of the best kickers in the league later in the season especially, but for now, nobody really picked him up or started him or anything like that. This is going to be a pass completed to Derrick Henry, the first pass completed of the day, tackled by Demario Davis. So that's going to be a 4-yard pickup for Milf and then a catch for 4 yards by Booty Basher. Derrick Henry is already winded. Demario Davis just knocked the wind right out of him, I guess. 2nd and 6. This is going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry. He's going to run to the right. He's going to get brought down by a mix of Demario Davis and Marcus May after a pickup of 3. Another pickup of 3 overall for Booty Basher. Not too much, but it is a nice step in the right direction, although Derrick Henry looks like he's ready to die already. 3rd and 3. Let's see if the Titans can pick up this first down. This is going to be a third handoff to Derrick Henry. He's going to be brought down by Marcus May and Demario Davis, who are an absolute nightmare for Derrick Henry so far in this game. Only a pickup of 1. Demario Davis and Marcus May are really putting on that run support right now. Looks like Nick Folk's going to line up for a field goal attempt here from the Saints' 22-yard line. Let's see if he can kick this one. It shouldn't be a problem, but let's see here. Kick is up. Kick is good. Score is 3-0 for these Titans. Pretty much all that means is that it's going to slightly fuck over Milf because he, of course, started the Saints defense, who isn't playing bad so far, just that one really big penalty given up. Also, in case you don't know, penalty yards given up do not count as yards against you when it comes to fantasy scoring. So, you know, it's questions like that I wasn't even certain on going into this series. I kind of had to carefully look and track all the stats. But yeah, penalty yards do not count against you in fantasy for any reason with the team defense. That's going to be returned by Rasheem Shaheed, I think. By Scrambled and Wiggle Waggle. We'll find out what all the yards and stats line up to by the end of the game. But overall, we do have 2 kick returners here in this game that should be playing a slight impact on the fantasy game. This is actually a first time for any kick returner to be a starting player, I think. We're going to have a handoff to the left to Jamal Williams. He's going to be brought down by a mix of 3 Titans on the play after a pickup of 2. The Titans are going to show off their run defense here as well. Both of these teams are actually known for having very strong run defenses in real life. The Saints are maybe not considerably better. They have a few more holes, but they do have guys like Marshawn Lattimore that really stand out and help their pass coverage as well, though. This is going to be a pass to Chris Olave, and this is just going to be a drop. Nobody can pass the ball for shit now. Azeez Al-Shaair is trolling right now. 3rd and 8. Let's see if the Saints can get anything done here. Mr. Steeler Girl with Derek Carr, of course. You got Jamal Williams owned by Milf, and everybody on the receiving core is owned by somebody. Whether it's Michael Thomas by Pussy, Chris Olave by Karen. And this is going to be a huge sack for the Titans. He's brought down by, I think that's Danico Autry. A huge sack on the play. That ain't going to go nowhere, and the Saints are going to have to punt already. But I didn't even get the chance to list off the full Saints receiving core, and they're already about to go 3 and out. Horrible performance so far by the Saints offense. Derek Carr really does not seem to be the answer so far, one drive into the game. But either way, yeah, you got pretty much every Saints receiver owned by at least somebody or started by at least somebody, and that's not even counting Taysom Hill, who will get into it later in the season. This is going to be a big return. I don't think that's Treylon Burks, though. I think Treylon Burks is only going to be doing the kick returns, if I'm not mistaken, but that is a very nice return. Here comes Ryan Tannehill yet again. He does have pretty solid field position here. 10 extra yards than he normally would. Or actually, no, he's at the Saints 35. My apologies. He's going to have a good, very nice field position, pretty much in field goal range already. This is going to be a handoff to the left to Derrick Henry. A nice block by number 71. Finally, he's going to be brought down by a corner, I think that is. I think that's Adobe Taylor, if I'm not mistaken. But that's going to be a 4-yard pickup for Derrick Henry, a pretty solid play. Let's see what the Titans do here. 2nd and 6 at the Saints 31-yard line. This is going to be a handoff. Oh, it's a play action, actually. Looks like Derrick Henry's going to be... Oh, no, he's going to throw it deep. He's going to hit Treylon Burks for a huge pickup. I can't believe it. I saw Treylon Burks against Marshawn Lattimore and pretty much just wrote him off, but he ended up getting wide open and cooking him up. I guess in Madden, anything is possible, and that's going to be a huge pickup for Rick Tatership and Milf because he has Ryan Tannehill. 1st and goal at the Saints 7-yard line. This is going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry to the left. He's going to get a few blocks. Is it going to be enough? It's not quite going to be enough, but he is going to pick up a nice 2-yard, not a nice 2-yard gain, but a 2-yard gain nonetheless. And you will notice Derrick Henry might struggle a little bit more than he did in both real life and in normal Madden games. The reason for that is for some reason the scheme the Titans decided to run this year doesn't fit for a power back scheme such as like Derrick Henry. So if you see guys like, say, oh, he's wide open for a potential touchdown. Did he catch it in? No, he didn't. He had the ball out. What a dumbass. But for some reason the Titans ran a more elusive back type scheme for guys like Tajay Spears than for guys like Derrick Henry. So Derrick Henry might struggle until he gets to about the goal line. So if there is any time for him to do good, it is probably now. But even then, the Titans' O-line is horrible, so you'll maybe see him get stuffed here. Yeah, The Titans O-line just can't do shit. Let's see if they decide to go for it or if they're going to take the field goal. But Derrick Henry, nonetheless, will probably struggle severely in this Madden franchise if I had to guess. But we'll see, just because of how bad the Titans' offensive line is. In real life, he did way better than I expected him to do. Looks like the Titans are going to go for it. Looks like they have a fullback. Let's see who they end up handing this off to, or if they end up passing it. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, and Derrick Henry's going to get absolutely stuffed again. I think one of the people getting there was Carl Granderson, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, yet again, this offensive line is just getting the Titans' run game killed. Here comes the Saints from their own 3-yard line after a very nice 4th and goal stop. Milf's happy with that one. This is going to be a handoff to the left to Taysom Hill. He's going to get a nice pickup of about 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 even. A very nice pickup. He actually is going to get credited 8 yards. Nobody owned Taysom Hill yet at this point. Also, if you're wondering what I did for Taysom Hill, is I know in Madden he's considered a tight end, but he's considered like the tight end 3 on the Saints, so he's kind of useless. So for the sake of the franchise and keeping it somewhat realistic, this is going to be a nice play-action pass. That's going to be brought in by number 10. I think that's Rashim Shaheed, brought down by a mix of Titans. No, that's actually Traquan Smith. My apologies. Michael Thomas is now slapping over the forehead. But either way, what I'm going to do with Taysom Hill, since he's played quarterback, since he's played tight end, since he's played running back, since he's played borderline receiver, since he's played fullback, is what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to give him permanent fullback in case the Saints decide to use him to keep that kind of realistic. This almost picked off. And on top of that, if there's games where he has a nice receiving game, I'll put him in at tight end, and I'll prioritize him as the tight end 2 or 1, depending on who else was playing in that game. Or I will, if he ran a lot, I'll make him higher on the running back priority list, meaning he'll get more runs like you saw back there. This is going to be 2nd and 10. This is going to be a pass to the left from Derek Carr. This is going to be caught by Taysom Hill right there. There you go. He's currently the tight end 2 in this specific game. I moved him over Foster Moreau, the backup tight end, but he is not over Juwan Johnson, though. So just to kind of keep it fair to where he's not getting like 85 chances at the ball. But that is going to be a nice pickup for Taysom Hill, though, who's having a okay game so far, especially for the fact that he's not even a full-time starter anywhere. 3rd and 1 at their own 45-yard line. Let's see if they can pick up this first down. This is going to be a handoff to Jamal Williams, who's going to run up the middle. He is going to pick up the first down, but not get very far after that. Brought down by Azeez Al-Shaair, who will become a big player as the season goes on. At this point, nobody really owned him, though. But a good pickup for 2 yards for Milf. Let's see what Derek Carr can end up doing here. 1st and 10 at his own 47-yard line. He's looking for a pass. This one to the right. This is going to be caught by Pussy's Michael Thomas, who's going to be brought down by Azeez Al-Shaair, and I think that's it's either Roger McCreary or Christian Fulton. I'm not certain off the top of my head. But that is a nice 7-yard pickup for Pussy's Michael Thomas. This is going to be a 2nd and 3 play, lining up in the shotgun. He does have Jamal Williams on his back left. Looks like he's going to be running a screen route. It's going to be a pass to the right side. He's going to catch that. That's Chris Olave from Karen's husband. A very, very nice catch. That one didn't look easy to pull in, but he did manage to catch the ball. And now he's getting into a fight. There's a lot of fights between these guys. And Madden, that is something I'm kind of appreciating, is usually in Madden they don't have shit going on in between the plays. It looks like the players like to fight and get choppy with each other now. That's going to be a perfectly placed ball by Derek Carr. That's going to be caught for a huge pickup on the play. I think that's going to be, I actually can't tell who that is yet. Number 22 on the Saints. I can't think of who 22 is off the top of my head. But I'm not sure. We'll look at the stats at the end of the game, of course. That might be, no, it's not Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson 83. This is going to be a stuffed run by Jeff Simmons right up the middle. He's not going to go anywhere. I can't think of number 22. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of selling, but I can't remember a 22 on the Saints, though, nonetheless. I think that might have been like their, I don't know. Like, I think that might have been like E.T. Perry or something like that, one of the backup receivers. This is going to be another perfectly placed ball by Derek Carr, and that's going to be a touchdown for Juwan Johnson, who's going to be standing over a few Titans. Very nice play for Derek Carr. Mr. Steeler Girl is going to be pretty happy with that. 2 very nice passes in a row. Now it looks like the Saints are going to be going for the extra point attempt here. The kick is going to be up. What the fuck was that? The kick is no good in the slightest. That was probably the worst kick I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my god. But let's see what the Saints end up doing here to continue the play. It's going to be a kickoff down the middle. And it's going to be returned. It looks like he's going to run towards the Middle, he's going to go towards the left. He's going to cut in. Maybe he's going to get to the 25. No, not quite. He's going to get to about the 23, 24-yard line. Traylon Burks is going to get credited the return yards. That's about it. Here comes Ryan Tannehill out with the Titans. I am very shocked at what the fuck that kick was. That kick went like 3 yards forward. It looked like someone's grandma was kicking it. This is going to be a shotgun formation for the Titans. Or not shotgun formation yet. I formation for the Titans. It's going to be a pass to the left. It looks like it's going to be intended for one of the Titans' tight ends for only a pickup of 2. He's going to be brought down by Adobe Taylor and one more Saint. I didn't see the other number, though. But overall, the game has pretty much just been a bunch of short pickups with the occasional shots that Derrick Henry was able to hit. Ryan Tannehill really hasn't been able to hit any of those, though. Let's see what Ryan Tannehill can do here. He's going to get pressured by Cam Jordan, who's just going to freeze in place. What the fuck is going on in this Madden game? You got to pass to the right. That's going to be complete. I think that was Traylon Burks on the catch, if I'm not mistaken. For a good pickup of about 7. Yeah, that is Traylon Burks again, so Dictatorship's probably pretty happy with that. But, oh my goodness, this is probably the glitchiest Madden game I've ever seen in my entire life so far. Well, that's not true. I've seen some bad Madden games. But either way, this is going to be a handoff to the right for Derrick Henry, who looks like he's going to pick up the first down and absolutely no more. He really can't get anything going even when he's set to. Derrick Henry, just to say the absolute least, is struggling in this game. You have Demario Davis, who already has his X Factor. What should really help out Milf as the game continues. Derrick Henry runs to the left. He's going to get away from Demario Davis this time. He's going to get a huge pickup. He's going to stiff arm that motherfucker onto the floor. I think that was Tyrann Mathieu. It's hard to see the numbers sometimes, though, but that is a very nice pickup for Derrick Henry, something we've been waiting to see for these Titans. I think the game's going to credit Adobe Taylor with the tackle solo, but oh my goodness, I want to know who that guy who got stiff arm was. That dude is not going to have a nice morning. See what the Titans end up doing here, lined up in the shotgun formation. Ryan Tannehill's going to pass to the left. This one's going to be incomplete again for DeAndre Hopkins. Really cannot hook up with DeAndre Hopkins in this game. DeAndre Hopkins has no catches so far, surprisingly enough. He has 2 targets, though, 2 drops. A very, very odd game for DeAndre Hopkins. Derrick Henry has no running backs in the backfield. Derrick Henry's out wide on the left. He has trips right as well. Let's see what Tannehill ends up doing. He does have an open tight end on the right. He's going to roll out to the left. Is he going to be brought down? No, he's going to throw this one away. 3rd and 10. See what the Titans can do here. They're probably going to end up looking for some sort of slant, if I had to guess. Taking a shot here would probably end up getting them burnt. But let's see here. We got Derrick Henry still in the backfield. It looks like they don't want to use Tajay Spears very much. Looks like the Titans are going to be looking for a pass. They're going to be throwing it towards the right. That's going to be picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. That's a huge pick. Could he return it for a pick 6? That might be. Can Derrick Henry track him down, though? No, he can't. Can Ryan Tannehill go get him? Oh my God, is he going to get him? Yeah, Ryan Tannehill making the tackle solo after throwing the pick. So in an ironic turn of events, Milf is going to actually earn a point for that play. After throwing the pick, he did get the tackle solo, so Milf is going to earn himself a nice fantasy point for that specific play. And there's so many people here that are owned by fantasy players that could score points here. Let's see what ends up happening here. First play is going to be a handoff to Jamal Williams. To the left, he's going to get absolutely stuffed after a loss of 1. Looks like he's going to get credited it. I just hope whatever happened with that kicker back there doesn't happen again. That was fucking weird. You got 2nd and 10 from the Titans, or 11-yard line. Let's see what the Saints end up doing here. They have a million players they can pass to in terms of the fantasy side of things. Derek Carr is going to look to the right. He's going to catch it. That's going to be number 10. I think that's Traquan Smith. After a pickup of 10, 3rd and inches. Here's where I'm expecting to see some Taysom Hill action, maybe some Jamal Williams. Let's see what ends up happening here. The Saints are suggesting they're going to go for a run unless it's play action set. Let's see what ends up happening. 3rd and inches at the 1-yard line. This is going to be a handoff to Jamal Williams to the right. That's going to be a touchdown for Jamal Williams for Milf. So Milf, in a very odd turn of events, after his quarterback throws a near pick 6, earns a point plus a touchdown. Very weird, a very weird kickoff there. Milf is probably very happy about the fact that his quarterback just threw an interception. Very odd turn of events. Let's see if this kicker decides to kick it 2 yards again. That was fucking bizarre. Let's see what ends up happening here. This is just, what the fuck is going on with Madden? Bro, this is the most glitchy game I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, this is actually bizarre. Luckily, there was no kicker in this game, so I'm not really going to try to fix it or try to redo it or anything like that. There's nobody on the Titans defense. The only thing that's really going to matter is impact on the game itself. This is going to be Traylon Burks struggling to get back to the 25 again. But I don't know what the hell's happening. I'll have to go through and look. I have seen a few times if you don't turn practice or training injuries off, sometimes players can get hurt there. But I did turn that off, so I don't know if the Saints kicker got injured or something like that. This is definitely very weird. I'll look into it at the end of the game because they should still have their starting kicker at this point. Here comes Ryan Tannehill, who's going to be looking for a pass. He's going to throw it to the left. This is going to be caught by the tight end. He's going to fight for an extra few yards, maybe an extra yard. After a pickup of 7, Ryan Tannehill is going to keep earning Milf even more points. Milf really wants that win against J-Bay. That's going to be Trayvon Wesco, who actually received an upgrade, a player upgrade if you're familiar with those in Madden right before this game. 2nd 3. Ryan Tannehill is going to look for another pass here. He's looking down the right. Let's see what he ends up doing here. He's going to throw it for Derrick Henry, and that's going to be a huge pickup. He's going to be brought down by a mix of Marcus May and Marshawn Lattimore. All 3 timeouts remain, about 1:05 left in the game. They're going to let the clock roll, 56 seconds. They're going to take the no huddle. 1st and 10, Ryan Tannehill is looking for a pass. This is going to be thrown short and completely off. Lucky that wasn't picked off by Adobe Taylor. 50 seconds left on the clock. Both teams do have all 3 timeouts, though. Titans down by 9. Could be down by 11. Those are some good numbers. But either way, so far they've really struggled in that kicking game for some reason, the Saints have, which could have really impacted their lead here. This is going to be a screen to Derrick Henry. He's going to run to the left. He's going to get brought down by a mix of Pete Werner and Adobe Taylor. After a pickup of 4 and a waste of 6 seconds, the Titans are going to have to call a timeout. The Titans are probably going to try to get to around the 30-yard line to get at least into field goal range. Let's see what they do. This is going to be a pass to the left. This is going to be a catch for DeAndre Hopkins. This is his first catch of the game, and Adobe Taylor is just making tackles left and right today. But that's going to be a nice pickup for a first down. The Titans have 2 timeouts left. It looks like they're letting the clock roll to 35 seconds. They're going to call the timeout at 34. 1 timeout remains. Let's see what these Titans can end up doing here. This is the prime area where you want to get this ball to DeAndre Hopkins. He's the best jump baller the Titans have here. And it looks like their guys have struggled to run routes for the most part today. It looks like this is going to be a pass to the left. That's going to be picked off by Adobe Taylor. A fantastic performance out of Adobe Taylor so far in this game, brought down by Derrick Henry. So Milf's going to lose another point. Derrick Henry for Booty Basher is going to earn 2, and then Milf is actually going to gain points for the interception on his team defense. In a weird turn of events, I think Milf is happy at the fact that his quarterback is playing like shit. 29 seconds left on the clock. All 3 timeouts remain for these Saints. He's going to be sacked. Oh, he's going to break the first sack. He's finally going to get brought down by, I think that's Danico Autry, who's going to get himself a nice sack there. This is kind of similar to how things were in real life. Danico Autry doesn't have the highest overall by any means, but he is still going out there and making a lot of big plays happen, just like in real life he did. It looks like the Saints are just going to let this clock bleed out, and they're going to take this to halftime. For the most part, a defensive game, but the Saints have had quite a few big plays, such as interceptions and 2 very nice placed balls by Derek Carr to allow the Saints to take this 9-point lead, although their kicking game has just been autistic, to say the least. Let's see what they end up doing. They're just going to take the knee here. They're going to start things out 25-yard line. No need to go crazy or anything in this game. They're already up by 9. Let's see what they end up doing here. You got Derek Carr who's going to line up in the shotgun with his running back Jamal Williams to the right. See what they end up doing. This is going to be a play-action pass. It looks like he's going to roll out to the left. Is he going to be brought down for a sack? That's going to be a sack by, I think that's Harold Landry III, getting his almost 2nd sack of the game. He has 1.5 sacks credited to him so far. Overall, the Titans are really getting that QB pressure on compared to the Saints, but the Saints are really getting a lot of coverage plays, to say the least. Interesting to see how these defenses are differing, but overall the Saints offense has looked at least a bit better than the Titans, which is what's given them the lead, plus the 2 turnovers. This is going to be a pass to the left. That's a huge pickup. It's passes like that the Titans just haven't been able to make so far, and that's going to be Traquan Smith again, I think. And overall, that's going to be a nice pickup of about 21 yards, and he's going to be brought down by Toxic Zenpai's Kevin Byard. This is going to be 1st and 10. This is going to be handoff to Jamal Williams to the left. He's going to get a pretty solid pickup of about 5. So that's a pretty nice run for Milf there. I think that's his best run of the game so far, not counting that touchdown. You got Taysom Hill in the backfield this time. You have Jamal Williams back there as well. 2nd 5 at their own 43-yard line. This is going to be a pass. Derek Carr is looking for the pass to the left, and he's just starting to cook up now. Jawan Johnson is going to be chased down by Harold Landry, who for some reason is dropping back in coverage. Now, I have seen Harold Landry drop back in coverage quite a few times, but it's rare, to say the least. Like, he's usually more of a rusher, an edge rusher kind of guy. Seeing as he already has a sack and a half, you guys can kind of tell that. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Saints. This is going to be a play action. Derek Carr is going to throw it to the left. Is it going to be broken up? Oh, that's going to be defensive pass interference. Kevin Byard is just raping him. Jesus, that was terrible, Kevin Byard. You can't be doing stuff like that on the football field. People will think you're Deshaun Watson. But overall, that's going to be a very just free first down for these Saints. The Titans just cannot stop making mistakes, even with their best players, such as Kevin Byard, who's now taking a shit. That's going to be a free pickup for 14 for the Saints. It looks like they're not going to bring any running backs out this time. Derek Carr is going to line up in the shotgun formation. He's going to look for a pass. This is going to be passed to the right. This is going to be caught. This is going to be brought down. This is Jawan Johnson making the catch. He's going to be brought down by, I think that's Monty Rice, the middle linebacker, after a pickup of 8. Jawan Johnson having a pretty decent game so far. Still a lot of ball to be played, though. Derek Carr is back in the shotgun for 2nd and 2 at the Titans' 10-yard line. Derek Carr is looking for a pass. He's looking up the left side seam. He's going to pass it. That's going to be caught. And that's going to be a touchdown for these Saints. That's going to be Traquan Smith again, having an absolute monster performance so far in this game. But Mr. Steeler Girl's pretty happy with that. And funny enough, Chris Olave and Michael Thomas are kind of getting neglected on this offense. The Saints are finally like, fuck this. We're done doing these extra point attempts. Our kicker's retarded, so now we're just going to go for 2. 18-3. Derek Carr is looking for a pass. He's looking down the left side seam. Is he going to catch that? No, there's way too much traffic involved there. Targeting Chris Olave. Overall, poor decision there. He had Jamal Williams wide open on the left side, but oh well. They're still up by 15 nonetheless. And they really don't trust their kicker. That seems like it's becoming apparent. The kickoff's going to go to the Titans' left side. This is going to be returned by Treylon Burks again, who's racking up rotatorship, some nice return yards, to say the least. This is going to be brought back to the 25-yard line. He's actually going to fight to get to the 27. Overall, pretty solid return right there. Here comes Ryan Tannehill again. Maybe he can finally do something for this offense. Because so far, it's just been miserable. Pick, punt. Well, not really so many punts. They just keep turning the ball over. Ryan Tannehill's now looking for a pass on 1st down. He's going to throw it to the right side. That's a pretty good pass. He's going to get a 1st down to Treylon Burks, who's going to keep fighting, and he's going to get absolutely fucking body slammed by Demario Davis, but he still picks up the 1st down. Very nice performance out of Treylon Burks, outplaying DeAndre Hopkins so far. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. We got Derrick Henry in the backfield yet again here. This is going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry. He's going to run to the left. He's going to break the tackle. He's going to get a huge pickup. Is he going to keep going? He's going to get a very huge pickup, about 20, 30 some yards almost on the play. Derrick Henry, after a very, very poor start, is starting to pick things up. He's really starting to gas things up. He's starting to get a nice few yards per carry and starting to earn some fantasy points for Booty Basher here. 1st and 10. This is going to be another handoff to Derrick Henry. To the right this time. He's going to break another tackle away from Marshawn Lattimore. He's going to cut inside. He's going to maybe break one more tackle. No, he's not going to be able to get past Mr. Steeler Girl's Tyrann Mathieu. Very nice pickup there for Derrick Henry yet again. And Tyrann Mathieu for Mr. Steeler Girl is going to earn him a tackle solo. Overall, the veteran knows how to make the tackle, though, and he is able to get Derrick Henry stopped before he gets the touchdown. Derrick Henry has his X factor now, too. Demario Davis lost his. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. He's going to go against Derrick Henry, and Demario Davis is going to shut him down. Demario Davis, for what it's worth, has been winning the matchup against Derrick Henry, I'd say, for the most part today. And it looks like they're either helping each other up in good sportsmanship or they're getting ready to fight. Who knows? Knowing basketball people, probably the latter. This is going to be a handoff to the right. This is going to be a pretty solid pickup for Derrick Henry of about 3. Not a solid pickup, but an okay pickup, to say the least. 3 yards on the play, brought down by Demario Davis. Again, 3rd and 6. At the Saints' 9-yard line. Titans need this touchdown here. Let's see what they end up doing. Ryan Tannehill's going to look for a pass. He's going to look down the middle. It looks like he's really staring down the middle. Is he going to get brought down by Cam Jordan? No, he's not. He's going to get tackled. Is this going to be counted as a roughing the passer is the question. Because if so, that's going to be an automatic 1st down for Tennessee. I think this is going to be a roughing the passer against Cam Jordan. So close to getting Mr. Steeler a sack, but it looks like it's just going to be a penalty going the other way. Automatic 1st down for Tennessee. So Saints cannot afford to give that up. It's now going to be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, giving Tennessee some more life in this game. Let's see what Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill can do here. Quite a few players that can be impacted from fantasy here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Derrick Henry is going to fight for a pickup of 3. Getting very close to that touchdown zone. He's going to be helped up by Andre Dillard, the left tackle. Second and goal at the 2-yard line. See what these Titans can do here. Derrick Henry still has that X factor. Maybe they try him. No, they're going to look for a pass. They're going to be looking down the left side. They're going to be looking for a pass. Is it going to be caught? That's going to be caught for a touchdown. Is that going to be DeAndre Hopkins? I can't tell the number. That is going to be DeAndre Hopkins of Booty Basher catching the touchdown. And then it's going to be Milf passing the touchdown from Ryan Tannehill. Extra point is going to be attempted by Nick Folk. Let's see if the Titans' kicking game is on point. The Titans are kicking fine. It's just the Saints' kicking game that's just been horrible. 10-18 is the score. A minute 15 left in the third. Both teams still have all of their timeouts. But overall, Milf does have the Saints defense, so he's not too happy with that touchdown, but at least it was Ryan Tannehill getting involved in the touchdown and not just Derrick Henry. A minute 15. Let's see what Derek Carr can cook up here with the Saints here. So far, Michael Thomas and Chris Olave really have not gotten too involved in the game plan here. It looks like they're not lining up on Juwan Johnson, who should be wide open on this play. Let's see if Derek Carr can find it. That's going to be a pass. That's going to be completed for Juwan Johnson. Yep. You see, I don't understand why teams do this. They do it in both real life and in Madden, where they just will straight up not cover the tight end. And I don't know if teams just make the mistake. Well, I understand why it happens, like mistakes happen, but it happens so often. You'd think at some point some of these coaches would get fired for this shit, because it happens so often in both Madden and real life, where tight ends just end up not getting covered half the time, even if they're ready to be open. It's going to be a handoff to the left. Or no, it's a play action pass. It looks like he's going to step up into the pocket. He's looking down the middle. He's now looking to the left. He's going to launch it to the left. Let's see what happens here. That's going to be incomplete. One of Derek Carr's bad throws. He started the game off very poorly, has played very well in between, and then he just made a bad throw right there. But I do think things will get better before they get worse, though. 2nd and 10 from their own 41-yard line. He's going to look for a pass. Pass to the right. This is going to be caught by, I think that is Chris Olave for a pickup of 10, almost 10, a few inches to go for that first down. 3rd and inches. 10 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Let's see what the Saints decide to do here. They're going to try a handoff. He's going to try to get the first down, and Jamal Williams will fight for that first down. He's going to get a few extra yards as well. That will take us to the fourth quarter. We're back into the fourth quarter here. 7 minutes on the clock, of course. Let's see what the Saints can do here. They're almost in field goal range. Not quite there yet, though. 1st and 10 at the Titans' 46-yard line. Actually, I want to say in field goal range, but the Saints' kicker is like fucking terrible. It's going to be caught by Traquan Smith, who's going to catch a pickup of 5. He's had a very nice game so far. Definitely the Saints receiver 1 so far in this game. And a very surprising twist of events, 5 for 74. He's brought down by Sean Murphy Bunting, the former Buccaneer. The Saints are going to look for a pass here on 2nd and 5. This is going to be a pass to Jamal Williams. He's going to make the catch. That's worth a reception point. He's going to fight for a few yards. Not many, though. Maybe a pickup of 2. But overall, Milf is going to get credited the 2 yards, and then Mr. Sealer will also get 2 additional passing yards on the day. Actually, I guess it's going to get credited as 3 passing yards, I guess. Odd, but oh well. 3rd and 3. This is going to be a handoff to the left side. He's going to cut back into the middle. A very nice decision made by Jamal Williams to pick up that first down. And Milf is going to get a few rushing yards as well added to his day. That's going to keep that clock rolling overall. Remember, the Saints kicker has been terrible in this game so far. They might be thinking it's just 4-down territory at all points here. Let's see, Jamal Williams is now going to be taking the handoff up the middle. He's going to get stuffed after a pickup of... No, he's not even going to get credited the yard. I thought he'd get credited 1 yard there, but I guess not. I hate that referee. I'm not going to say why, but I hate that referee. That referee at the top left is cool, though. This is going to be a pass from Derek Carr. Let's see what he ends up doing here. He's going to be looking down the right side. He's going to hit Jamal Williams in stride. A very nice pass play right there. He's going to fight for about 8 yards on the play. Very nice game for the Saints. That's the type of play they need to win this game out and hold off these Titans. You've got 3rd and 2. Let's see what these Saints end up doing here. They do have Jamal Williams still in the backfield here. Let's see if they end up taking the run or if they end up going for a pass. This is going to be a run to the left side. He's going to fight for the first down. That's going to be a first down. Jamal Williams, who's going to earn an extra 2 yards there for Milf. And keep that clock rolling for these Saints. Brought down by Monty Rice, though. I think he's a rookie linebacker, if I'm not mistaken. For the not the Buccaneers, the Titans. This is going to be a pass by Derek Carr. He's going to back up. He's now going to look for the throw. This is going to be caught. A very nice catch, reeled in by. That's going to be Traquan Smith again, having a monster game in this week 1. 6 catches, 85 yards so far, and keep in mind these are reduced quarters. If this was real life, this dude would basically be Puka Nacua at this point. But nobody could ever be Puka Nacua. 1st and 10, they're in 12 or at the Titans 12-yard line. Derek Carr's looking for a pass. He's looking to the right side. That's going to be caught for a touchdown. I think that's Chris Olave. That's a touchdown for Karen's husband and for Mr. Steeler Girl. Very nice play there for the Saints. These are passes Derek Carr has actually just been making left and right in this game, having a very strong performance overall, to say the least. And I think Mr. Steeler Girl's happy with what he's seeing. Derek Carr really wasn't even playing this well in real life for the most part this season. Extra point is going to be attempted. Is that Alvin Kamara going for the extra point? There's a flag on the play. Let's see what this ends up being. Alvin Kamara shouldn't even be in this game. I ended up cutting them off the roster. Roughing the kicker is going to get called on the Titans. That's interesting. I think that's the first time we've seen this happen. Caleb Farley, the cornerback. Let's see what the Titans end up doing, or the Saints end up doing here. Looks like they're just going to. I think they ended up accepting it. I can't tell from here. Looks like the Titans are like, hey, you dumbass, let's not try that again. All right, let's see if the Saints end up kicking it here. It looks like Alvin Kamara, for some reason, is the guy kicking it. Madden is so fucked up. I don't understand it. But you know what? It's fine. It won't affect the game too much. Worst case scenario, I'll sign the Saints another kicker if for some reason Madden got Blake Grupe to be hurt or something like that. I don't think so, though. Like I said, that shouldn't be possible because I turned off all the sliders for it. But nonetheless, this is definitely a blooper moment to kick off our series, to say the least. We'll see if Ryan Tannehill can go out there. Down 14 points. This game is all but lost at this point, but maybe Ryan Tannehill can work some magic. Derrick Henry does have his X factor for what little that's worth. It's going to be a pass for Ryan Tannehill. He's going to be looking down the left side. He's going to hit this one to, I think, Nick Akini Westbrook, brought down by Pete Warner after a pickup of 4. Ryan Tannehill is now going to be lined up in the shotgun formation again, looking for a pass. He's looking to the left. That's going to be caught by Derrick Henry, who's almost immediately going to step out of bounds after a pickup of 1. Third and 5. Let's see what these Titans can do. Their offense has looked atrocious in this game so far. Derrick Henry is lined up as a receiver on the left side. Let's see what ends up happening here. Got Ryan Tannehill looking for a pass. He's looking down the middle. He's going to hit. No, he's going to get incomplete. That's going to be DeAndre Hopkins' 3rd drop. That one might have been deflected, though. 4th and 5, and the Titans are going to have to go for this, I think. If they end up punting here, they're pretty much just saying the game's over. And yep, they're going for it. 4th and 5 here. See what these Titans can do. Looking for a pass. Ryan Tannehill is going to pass to the left. That's going to be oh my God, that was the worst pass I've ever seen. Ryan Tannehill, you are butt cheeks. Derek Carr would have made that, and that would have been a touchdown. But overall, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Saints at the 30-yard line of the Titans. Expect a few runs here for Jamal Williams, to say the least here. This is going to be a handoff to the left. He's going to cut back inside. Going to be brought down by Azeez Al-Shaair. A poor decision that time. It worked the first time. This time it was a bad decision. He's going to be brought down very quickly after a pickup of absolutely nothing. 2nd and 10 for the Saints here. Looks like they're killing as much clock as they possibly can. Smart decision making here. This can be another handoff to Jamal Williams, who's going to fight forward to the right. He's going to get a very nice run here. He's going to pick up the first. Not quite. He's going to get brought down by Amani Hooker after a pickup of 9, but a nice run right there, though. Two minutes remaining in this game. Both teams do have all 3 timeouts, but the Saints are just up by so much. Granted, they might not have a kicker. If they had a kicker here that could cement the game, this game could pretty much be over at this point already. But the Saints are probably going to have to rely on killing more clock here or getting a 3rd touchdown to stay ahead. This is going to be a handoff from Jamal Williams to the right. That's going to be a pickup of a 1st down. Pickup of 2-3 yards right there. Titans are going to have to use their first timeout. If the Saints get a single 1st down here, the game is over. This is going to be a handoff to the left. This is going to be Jamal Williams getting a pickup of 2. 2nd 8. 1 timeout remains for these Titans. If they give up the touchdown or the first down, this game is pretty much over. This is going to be a run to the left. Jamal Williams is going to fight. He is going to get that first down, and the game is over at this point. 3 kneel downs will do it. Looks like that's just what the Saints are going to do. Of course, we'll talk over the player stats at the end of this video, but first we got to watch dumbass Derek Carr take his kneel downs. And overall, the Saints just pretty much dominated the Titans in this game. The Titans really didn't look good anywhere. On defense, they made some nice sacks happen, but their coverage was cooked. It looks like the Saints aren't even going to take the kneel down. They're just going to start trolling at this point and give Jamal Williams a few extra yards. But nonetheless, they should still have the game won. If they just take one more kneel down, the game is over. But nonetheless, the Saints really looked a lot better, and a lot of it is because of Derek Carr, I'd say. As weird as that sounds, he made some really nice throws that Ryan Tannehill just plain and simply could not hit. And DeAndre Hopkins, the wide receiver one, just really couldn't make much happen until he got that touchdown. Other than that, he couldn't do shit. And now you have Derek Carr thinking it's a good idea to get into a fight with a defensive end. I personally wouldn't think that's a good decision, but that's just me. Are the Saints lining up for a punt at the 4th and goal at the 4-yard line? What the fuck am I watching? Madden, fix your game, bro. Dude, I don't know what to tell you guys. Fucking Madden is great. Yeah, they're going to take the punt at the 4-yard line when the game's over. I agree. That's a W decision. I would have done the same thing in real life, because why the fuck not? But either way, that's going to be a win for the Saints, 24-10 after finishing the game off strong with a punt. Had to assert their dominance there, I guess. Here we go. We had Derek Carr go 18 for 21, 230 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, almost a perfect game. Fantastic game for Derek Carr, and especially Mr. Thielen, who had him some solid passing yards. He had 3 touchdowns. You really can't ask for much more out of your quarterback. Ryan Tannehill on the flip side, horrible performance. 13 for 23, 112 passing yards, 56% completion, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Terrible. He made one genuinely good throw, which was to DeAndre Hopkins for the touchdown. Other than that, he just did horrible in this game. In terms of the running, you had Jamal Williams go 16 for 45. Didn't do too great on the ground, but he did get a touchdown, though. Derrick Henry did really nice on the ground overall. He went 13 for 77, averaging almost 6 yards per carry. Derrick Carr did lose 2 rushing yards from the kneel downs. Taysom Hill had a run for 8 yards as well. In terms of the receiving, you had Traquan Smith go 6 for 85 and have a touchdown. Very, very nice performance out of him. Jawan Johnson went 4 for 59 and also had a touchdown. Nice performance for him. Derrick Henry went 4 for 36. Chris Olave went 3 for 31 and had himself a touchdown, redeeming his game. Treylon Burks went 3 for 44. You had DeAndre Hopkins go 2 for 15, but he did snag a touchdown to somewhat redeem his horrible game. 3 drops is insane. You had Trayvon Wesco go 2 for 9. Jamal Williams went 2 for 11. Nick Akeem Westbrook, or I always call him Nick Akeem Westbrook. I guess it's Nick Westbrook Akeem, had a catch for 4. Rasheem Shaheed had a catch for 28. Michael Thomas a catch for 7. Taysom Hill a catch for 9. Josh Wiley a catch for 4. Blocking, well, I guess we really don't have to talk about blocking because it doesn't affect the fantasy game, dumbass. Alontae Taylor went out there and had a pick, and he also had 6 total tackles on the game. A very nice performance out of him. Monty Rice had 8 total tackles on the game. Very nice game for the, I guess this is his 3rd year. I thought he was a rookie for some reason. I think I might be thinking of another linebacker, to say the least. Azeez Al-Shaair went 4 tackle solo, 5 tackle assists, a tackle for loss. Demario Davis had 4 tackle solo, 5 tackle assists, tackle for loss. There were no fumbles in this game, so I'm not really going to have to go look over there. You had Harold Landry go out there and get 5 total tackles, a tackle for loss, a sack and a half. 3 tackles for Pete Warner, 2 tackle solo, a tackle assist. Amani Hooker went 2 tackle solo, 3 tackle assists. Sean Murphy Bunting, 2 and 2. Tyrann Mathieu had 2 tackle solo and a tackle assist, a poor game for him nonetheless. Danico Autry had a pretty solid game, getting 2 tackles for loss and a sack and a half. Marcus May had 7 total tackles on the game. Derrick Henry had a tackle solo. I have to remember to not forget about either of these tackles made by these Titans, Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, because those do count as fantasy points. You had Roger McCreary go out there and get 5 tackles on the game. Marshawn Lattimore had a pick for 46-yard return as well. You had Jeff Simmons get 3 tackles on the game, 2 tackles for loss, and a half sack. Andrew Dowell didn't really do too much in the game. Ugo Motti, what the fuck are these names, bro? Had a whole pass deflected. Arden Key didn't really do too much here. Christian Fulton didn't really do too much. Kevin Byard had 4 tackle assists and a tackle for loss. So overall, that's a disappointing game, but not bad though. Nathan Shepard had a tackle for loss. Same with Brian Brees, the rookie defensive tackle. You had Zach Braun get a tackle for loss. You had Tier Tart get a tackle for loss. And I think that's about it when it comes to the team here. Because there were no forced fumbles or anything like that, so I'm not really going to have to look over there. We can go ahead and take a look at the kick returns. Traylon Burks went 4 for 91 for dictatorship. Rasheem Shaheed had a return for 21, which is going to count for both MILF and Scrambled Wiggle Waggle, because Scrambled has the player, MILF has the team defense. The punt return, there was nobody on the Saints doing anything, but you had Chris Moore who had a return for 22. Other than that, that's about the game, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later with another video.